Hey, what's going on, everybody? Lorian here with another Lord's Mobile video, and I'm going to talk about monster hunting today. So there are a few things that affect monster hunting. So let's talk about monster hunting damage first. Okay, there are a few things that affect monster hunting damage. Okay, first thing, well, not the first thing, but one of the things that do is your research. Okay, so it's pretty self-explanatory. You click on it, it tells you, okay, what it does, whether it's more damage or multiple hunts in a row, travel speed, hunter party healing effects, or max hit points. Okay, this is for use when you're in actual battle, and you can click on the view battle and you'll watch it. You can see, okay. All these things affect how well you do in a monster hunt. Okay. The other thing that affects your damage is your actual heroes. Okay. Now this is a layered question. Okay. So, or a layered explanation rather. So damage. Okay. If you look at the stats here, every hero has attributes. Hopefully you've clicked and you've looked at it. Okay. It tells you exactly what everything is, and look, it tells you what it does: reflex, pierce, okay, life leech. Bet you didn't even know, huh, that Demon Slayer had life leech. It does. Okay, so it tells you everything that it does, and this is the information that you use to determine which champions you should use against the monster. Okay, so if you haven't looked at this, you should look at the attributes. Okay, and I'm not going to go through all of them. It tells you what it does. Okay, so just go ahead and take a look. So after that, it's going to be the actual skills of the champion. Okay, this affects damage. So this is the alt. It tells you what it does. Okay, tells you what it does. Tells you what it does. Okay, all these things are important. Why? Well, magic defense, increased magic. Okay, well, so let's say I was going up against a monster that has a lot of spell damage. Okay, passively the Demon Slayer, it gets an increased magic defense by 300. It's like an anti-mage. Okay, it silences. Okay, so if the monster is about to cast a spell and you silenced it, now some monsters can't be silenced, but some can. Okay, so it'll silence it for 3 seconds. This is useful against a monster that, say, is channeling a spell, right? And you need to stop it from casting. Okay, all these abilities matter, and the videos would be way too long if I was to explain, every single champion and their abilities. Okay, but that's part of the damage, right? So the attributes, okay, the abilities, okay, and lastly the trophies. This is a common one that is missed when it comes to monster hunting and Coliseum and stages, and even in regular rallies and battles, okay, and fights, marches, armies. They actually do something. Yeah, they add stats to the champion. See that? Attack, pierce, life leech. Okay, it actually adds to it. Okay, so when you're using your champion in elite stages, right, all these trophies matter. They all add stats, and the same way that you're in a stage is the same time, like when you're fighting a monster, you're in battle, you're using all of these stats. Okay, and the trophies are the gear for the champion. Okay, which adds to your overall performance of the champion. Okay, so those are the 3 ways that the champion, well, sorry, there's one more, the medals. Okay, the grade of the champion. So the best way to see that, I guess, is through here, right? The grade of the champion matters, right? So if it's legendary or it's uncommon, and it's all different colors. You guys should know this already, right? So uncommon's gray, and then goes up to green, then blue, then purple, then gold. Okay, Every time you enhance your hero, I don't think it'll show me on here. I wonder if it'll show me on here. No, it won't show me on here. But every time you enhance your hero, the stats go up. Okay, your base stats go up, the ability damage and everything, the skills, all this stuff. You know, it all changes. So those are all the ways that your actual champion can be buffed and stronger to do well against monsters. It's not just about the monster hunting comp that you send, okay? Because sometimes, you know, a physical damage champion can out damage a magic champion because the magic champion you have is, I don't know, say level 50 and your physical is 60 and gold and full trophies. Okay, so when people ask me, what comp do I send? I say, oh, this is what I send, but it might be different for you because I don't know what your champions are. I don't know if they're gold. I don't know if they're green. I don't know if you have trophies. You know, I don't even know if it's level 60. Okay, all those things matter when you're monster hunting. Okay, I will go over a few monster hunting champions that are staple and really good and, you know, worth leveling. So Black Crow, this is one of the best physical damage champions to send for monster hunting, and there's a reason for that, right? Anything that has a damage over time ability. See, so it's inflicting bleeding for 3 seconds. The bleeding deals, you know, 2,000 damage per second. So 6,000 plus that, 8,000, 8,600. You know, it's a lot of damage. And on a regular ability. Okay, it's an active. Okay, here's another active. Deals damage, reduces defense by 420. Okay, if you lower the defense on a monster, you do more damage. Okay, that's very, 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 very useful. Okay, and this one has an aura about it, so it increases attack by 162. Okay, and not just for her, empowers nearby allies. So why is she good? She has a damage over time, plus she has 2 abilities that make her damage higher and all of your physical champions damage higher as well. So she's like a must-have when you're fighting a monster that is weak against physical, right? And that's what I mean about reading the skills, okay, and looking at the attributes. Okay, bet you didn't look. She has life leech. There are champions that have different, you know, abilities. The growth is it also matters, right? It's different for every champion. So if you look down, it's 7, and then here's 7, and you'll see some that are really high growth, like the biggest one I think is this big guy. Yeah, right. Crazy growth, right? But what does strength do? It increases attack for strength heroes. Okay. Strength affects max hit points and defense. So it's just a tank. Yeah. But there are better tanks. So the growth, while the growth stat is nice to look at, you know, you really have to look at its abilities. Okay. When you look at Death Archer, you know, she's got high dexterity. Right. And Death Archer is another staple, I think. I use her a lot. Okay. Why? Because it has damage over time. Okay. This one doesn't really it has to activate when anyone dies in battle. So, you know, if you're like, I use her a lot for like level 3s too, when something's about to die, and then for a burst of damage at the end. Okay. So, but for damage over time, which is good against monsters, you know, she's really good. Somebody who has high attributes, there you go. So like he's got really high attributes, great growth rate, right? So you would think, oh, he's gonna do pretty well, right? But when you look at its abilities, okay, yes, this is a good one. Okay, increases dexterity, all allies, so that's gonna increase damage, yeah. But this one, it's dealing magic damage, and it's a physical damage hero, and most of the times you're sending all physical or you're sending all magic, right? So it's not going to be useful. And then this is in AoE, also not useful. Okay, and another all AoE, but it deals magic damage, not very useful. So yes, the attributes matter, okay, but the abilities are what make and break. Okay, I'll show you one more. I don't want to make the video too long, but free to play. Elementalist, where are you? Elementalist, great free to play magic based champion. Why? That's a lot of damage for a single ability. It reduces magic defense, all enemies, okay, and gives you magic crit. That's great. You know, this does a lot for great to have as a team player, okay, for this ability right here, okay. I think this one only gives, yeah, it's only gives him the crit. Now if this gave you know, the whole party the crit, he'd be, you know, even more amazing. But there is a champion that does Petite. If you can spend a little, Petite Devil is worth getting, you know, not for multiple reasons. It has, you know, the research, but this is like hands down one of the best monster hunting magic based, and she's great in the arena as well, okay. So does a ton of damage, also heals itself. That's really useful. Okay, this is crazy damage. Okay, deals 2300 damage, also deals 2300 damage per 1.5 seconds, and it's for 6 seconds. Okay, that's crazy damage. This is a ridiculous amount of damage. Okay, also she can buff her own magic attack by 480. Okay, that's a ton of damage. Okay, so she does great. Where's the support champion? I think Stormfox. Where are you? There you are. Okay, Stormfox, pretty good one too. Okay, right here, deals damage, reduces the attack, enemy's attack by 240. That's pretty useful. And magic attack all allies 162. So if you know if you times that by 5, that's a lot of magic attack, right? Because 162 for every champion that's in the monster hunt with you. So if you can afford to get Stormfox, you know, I use her a lot because she gives great bonuses. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna cover when it comes to the abilities of the champions. But you know, look at them and read them. You know, it tells you what it does. Okay, these are all important to read, and then you can build the comp that you want to send against the monster. Okay, so here's the snow beast. I already know, I think. Whoops, wrong button. Okay. Oh, you see, this is like, I like to see that the guild's stopping me from seeing because there's a lot of all the gifts coming in. Okay, high magic defense. So you want to send physical, okay, and it tells you a brief description about what it does. Okay, this is important to read, but when you are monster hunting, especially, you know, if you're fighting, then you're not one-shotting. It matters on what you send and what you look at, right? So you can view the battle, which is what we're gonna do now. And what we're mainly watching for is anybody gonna die? Are any of my champions gonna die? And am I missing, you know, like my AoE abilities? So Black Crow, you know, its ultimate is it drops a bunch of arrows right in one area. But if this target's moving all the time, then, you know, her ultimate's not going to do that much damage. Now she's still good to use no matter what, because she, you know, her other stats are just, you know, insane. But if you're using, for example, Sage of Storms, right, and its alt is the tornado, right, and you get interrupted immediately, then the tornado's not going to do any damage, right, because it's getting interrupted. So that's why it's important to watch. Like if I lost one of my champions on this fight, then I would know, like, okay, you know, maybe I need a healer, maybe I need to use a tank. You know, there's a lot of maybes, a lot of what ifs, right? Let's see here. Let's go back and try it again. Okay, so I think how much damage did that one do? We should look. When we change it up, it'll say. Okay, minus 21.8%. Now we're gonna do more than that because it's multiple hunts in a row, but just as an example to change it up, let's take out Trickster, and I don't think I have any other really good physical. No, I really don't. But just to show you how it changes, I guess we'll just send somebody else. Okay, the 25, and then let's watch the battle. Okay, so that's the charge that was in the description. Okay, consecutive battles, obviously you're going to do more damage. If we were fighting, again, a higher level monster, we're going to see a different outcome, right? Because you're not going to be able to do as much damage. But if you're looking, again, it's all about sustained damage. The reason why damage over time abilities are so good is because the monsters move. But once they have the damage over time on them, it's going to do its damage. Okay, now if it's a channeled ability, that's different, right? You got to watch when it comes to channeled abilities, because sometimes the roll might have a silence in it. Its ability might have a knockback, which will stop you. So you get all your information from playing and watching. I'm just telling you, how to, deduce what to send. Okay, and that's really what monster hunting is about. It's deducing, what to send. It's trying to figure out, what's the best comp for you, not the best comp in general. Okay, because again, your champions might be, might be gold, might be purple, might be green. There's a lot of, factors when it comes to that. Let's see if here's a level 3. So this is a good one, I guess, to try and see. You know what? Let's stick with Trickster. So different outcome when you hit level 3s, and I will show you what I mean. Let's see if I'm gonna lose my champion. I'm not sure if I am gonna lose him. We'll find out. So again, watching the battle, we're gonna see what he does. He's gonna hit a lot harder, and he's gonna have more hit points. Okay, we're still doing pretty good damage. If he had a weapon and could be disarmed and he was doing a ton of damage, then Trickster's value would be much higher. But it doesn't, so it doesn't look like I'm taking hardly any damage. So this is one of those monsters that you probably won't even need to use a tank or a healer. Now if it was a level 4, and I don't have to watch for it. We'll just look for a level 4, and so you can see the difference in the different example. See if I can find a level 4 around here. Level 4, where are you? Oh, there's one. Okay, we're just gonna send it. 30 seconds. Okay, don't waste your speed ups like this. I'm just doing it for the sake of the video. Okay, it's not not worth wasting your wing boots on that. But I should lose some of my DPS here against a level 4, and then hopefully it'll start going off and making sense, and you get all the clarity in the world after you see this. Okay, so there's a knockback right there. Okay, so if I was channeling a spell and I got knocked back, it would have gotten interrupted and would have been wasted. Okay, just like Trickster, like he has arcs, right? So like there, you see that lag? So Demon Slayer has to walk. It can't automatically just start shooting. So then it's good to ask the question, well, should I use all range if I'm gonna get knocked back like this? And it looks like my tracker is getting low. The only reason why I would advise against it is because Demon Slayer, so that's like a full 4 seconds it wasn't doing damage, right? So it might be plausible to question, say, well, maybe I don't put in Demon Slayer and I put in another ranged, hero. How much damage is it gonna do? Am I gonna do better? Okay, I didn't lose anybody, so I don't need a tank. But you saw that it was knocking back everybody, which was stopping me from doing damage. Okay, so that's one of the things that you can test with. Okay, well, maybe I have some champions that are immune to knockbacks, or if I have Rose Knight and shields, then maybe I won't get knocked back, right? Those are all the questions you can ask and you can look, and that's really how you figure out which champions to send. Okay, so that covers monster hunting in a nutshell. I showed you what how damage is calculated. So I guess the only thing I'll talk about left is the gifts, and I think that about does it after that. So gifts. Oh, cool, lion's chest. Okay, so pay attention to common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary. Okay, this system is used throughout Lord's Mobile on everything. Just because here's one, there's a 50, and I open this one and it's 10,000 timber, and I open that one and it's 10,000 timber. You're like, oh my god, I got the same gift. This is an uncommon. Okay, 10,000 timber. On a common, 10,000 timber, the same thing. It's because you when you hunt a level 2, you get a level 2 gift, which is the green one here, right? It's you get a chance to get a higher level reward. It doesn't mean you're guaranteed a higher level reward. Okay, so if you hunt higher level monsters, you may get lower level gifts, but you miss out on the chance to get a higher level gift, right? So it's like gamble boxes, like for the fortune ones, or like the jewels, right? All the same thing. You have a chance to get a crappy common, or you have a chance to get a legendary. But if you buy the epic chest, you only have a chance to get uncommon up to epic, so you can't get a legendary. So similar to guild gifts. Okay, doesn't matter how many level 1s, how many level 2s, 3s, 4s, 5. The only difference here is that if you hunt a higher level monster, you get a higher level reward. The higher level reward enables you for a chance to get a higher level reward, right? So more resources, higher speed ups, more gems, etc., higher level shields, etc. Okay, it doesn't guarantee you get it. Okay, so the myth about you have to only hunt level 2s, because then if you get level 1s, then you get bad gifts. Okay, no. Okay, it doesn't exist. If you hunt, you open up 100 level 2s, you're gonna get more stuff than if you open up 100 level 1s. But because you hunt level 1s and level 2s does not make your gifts worse. Okay, so I know that one was floating around a while. It doesn't have any bearing. Okay, you want a chance to get higher level rewards, hunt higher monsters. That's pretty much it. If you are if you can, I would say if you can 5-shot level 2s, you should be hunting level 2s already. For the most part. If you can, I would wait until, well, how I do it is, if I can 1-shot level 1, I shouldn't be doing level 1s. I should be doing level 2s. If it takes me more than 5 to destroy a level 2, then it's like, okay, that one might not be so worth. Okay, I like to either 3-shot it or 4-shot it on level 2, and then if I can do that, if I can 3-shot a level 2, then I don't want to hunt level 2s. I want to hunt only level 3s. So that's just my preference on how I do it. I can't 3-shot level 2s, so majorly I only hunt level 2s. When I get more monster hunting gear. Oh, and that reminds me, actually, I don't think I covered monster hunting gear, so I'll do that last. But to get back to gifts, if I can 3-shot level 2, once I can do that, I'm gonna hunt level 3 only, and that's just my way of my personal preference on how I want to use my energy. Okay. Very quickly, I know the video is long, but it's a monster hunting video, and it kind of went a little more in depth than I wanted it to, but it's useful information. So gear. Okay, monster hunting gear is relatively cheap compared to like the rest of the gear in the game. Okay, and the reason why is we kind of got a break with trinkets. I wonder, this is probably a better way for me to do this. I'll go into the actual set. What I mean is how we got lucky with where is it? Here it is. Okay, with trinkets on these is because it doesn't take a hunter's flame. It only takes the chain. Okay, and the rest of it, some of the higher stuff of this guy, see, it takes this. So when there's varied drops like that, like this one sucks. Okay, because you need the flame and the chain. When you see stuff like that, it's kind of like, oh, it hurts you. Okay, but this one doesn't take the chain, right? So they varied the requirements on the gear for monster hunting pretty good compared to some of the other stuff, like you know, some of the other gear like the Helldrider stuff, which is insane how much brains you need. But that's for another video, another day. So if you don't have monster hunting gear, you know, I would recommend getting some. You don't have to buy a lot, you know. Pick up the $4 pack, pick up the $20 pack, you know, every so often, you know, and get your gear up slowly. That'll allow you to obviously do more damage, because, you know, every piece does more damage. Okay, so that tells you what it does. It saves energy, max energy, more speed, and monster hunting damage. Okay, so it doesn't cost much. It's worth investing in, you know, and you'll always use it. You get so much value out of purchasing this gear more than not. You know, it'll pay itself back. Okay, so that's pretty much monster hunting gear. Sorry the video went a little bit long. Oh, before I forget, I was asked. So we are recruiting, and currently, you know, 60 mil might is our requirement, and I think we're thinking about migrating. We may be migrating soon, but feel free to, you know, send me a message, or better yet, you can send a message to Waste of Time Carlos or DB Grizzly. They are in charge of recruiting. So if you're 60 mil might and you want to monster hunt, you want to learn, you want to you know, come and hang out with us, you know, hey, feel free, go ahead and send that application, you know, message one of these guys, and you know, we'll be happy to welcome you to the family. And if you have any complaints, you can talk to this guy right here, Gasbag. He'll handle all your complaints. He's the nicest guy. Anyway, you guys, that's everything I got for today's video on monster hunting. So if you have any questions, you know, feel free to you know, leave a comment. Would appreciate a like and a subscribe. If you're in the guild, shout out to you for watching the video. Thank you for watching the video. I know Mr. B, and that's our R5, wanted everybody to get a little bit more knowledge on monster hunting, so that we can kind of help everybody move forward. But yeah, you guys have a good one. Take it easy, and see you later. Peace.